Hi guys, Lisa Pfau here at PFAU Academic Writing with this week's writing tip. So for those of you who listened to our podcast interview with Braden Wolf and his company Remarkable Rejects, this tip is inspired by that podcast interview. You can check it out in the link below. And if you're listening to the podcast right now, thanks for listening to that great interview. And we're going to try to do a little short writing exercise that is also up on YouTube. So if you want to see the video of the writing exercise, you can go onto YouTube and check it out. So Braden talked a little bit about some challenges he faced as a recent graduate starting a business. And the thing he didn't expect was the challenges with dealing with people and creating a team that functions well and, he can count on, he can trust. I think no matter what you do, it is challenging to work with people, whether you're a business owner, you're a manager, or you're even in a group project in school. So I wanted to use that problem to create a writing exercise related to motivation. So I think there's two different ways. Braden talked about incentivizing people, and for example, they switched from paying drivers hourly to paying them based on the number of boxes they delivered. That's one way to manage people. But from my perspective, I think a really good team functions well when there are shared values and some sort of sense of trust or loyalty. And so this writing exercise is really more inspired by understanding your values and the values of others. So what I want you to do is to get out your pen and paper, and I want you to kind of close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and I want you to remember yourself as a child. Maybe you're 5, maybe you're 8. Remember yourself as a child. Try to tap into a happy moment or a happy memory as that child, and just kind of we'll give you about 3 minutes. Once you've kind of captured that moment or memory in your mind, and I want you just to describe it, to write it down. So I'm going to you can pause the podcast or the video, set yourself a timer for 3 minutes, and write down that childhood memory. Hi guys, so hopefully you have had a fruitful 3 minutes. I'm just going to share what I wrote. I would say it's not my best writing, but I had a clear vision of being about 4 years old and swimming in the local swimming pool. So here it is. Floating around in the local swimming pool, a 4-year-old fish. I love the freedom of the water, my buoyant body flopping around, imagining myself as a mermaid or dolphin, the bubbles rising up around me, tickling my nose and making a crackling sound in my ears. The peace and openness of the underwater world. Kicking, wriggling, diving, grabbing rings off the bottom of the pool. My eyes opened, staring at the legs of all the other swimmers. Diving under my mom's legs, scraping my tummy along the bottom. Happy, free, and full of joy and life and possibility. So what is the point of this? How is this related to working in a team, motivation, values? I think, our values, our sense of self is more clear actually when we're a child than when we're an adult, because as we become an adult, all these other expectations are put on us. So it's always good to kind of go back to childhood memories to help us to connect a bit better with who we are and what we believe in. So just from this little writing I've done, and it's a good reminder for me, I can pull out some values. So one thing I say a few times is freedom. So something about swimming underwater is very free, and that's why it gave me a lot of joy. Another thing is kind of imagination or creativity, because I imagine myself as a mermaid or dolphin. I kind of see the different possibilities. I'm diving for rings and under my mom's legs, and it's kind of a fun underwater world. Um, Another thing is just joyful joy or happiness. I like this memory because it just feels very fun. I love the swimming pool as a kid. I still love swimming. So it just gives me a sense of joy or happiness or contentment, which is really important to me. Like you look around, even in the videos, the background, I create kind of a fun, um, creative, joyful space that brings me joy just to like stare at the wall. So those are three values that I pulled out from this exercise. So I suggest you kind of do the same thing. Take a look at what you wrote and see what emotions or values it's communicating to you. Are there some words you repeat a few times? Is there some imagery that connects to a certain sense of being or some values you have? Now, why is this important to like teams or working with people? So in the podcast, I asked Braden, did you change your hiring process? And I know for me, as I grew the business, I changed the hiring process to be very clear on what kind of values am I looking for? What kind of mindset am I looking for in the staff that I have join my team? And I adjusted the questions like that. So I think being clear on who you are and what your values are is the first step in building teams around you with people who have a shared kind of worldview, a shared sense of purpose. And when you have that, it's much easier to communicate. It's much easier to build trust. It's much easier to build a team or a group where people are working together toward a common goal. So that's my writing exercise for today. Go back to your childhood memories, write one up, and from that, pull out some of your core values. And as you go forward, as you're looking for jobs, or you're working with people on projects in school, or you're joining a student club, or whatever you're doing, being clear on those values and who you are will help you to connect with the right people so that you can work together well and you can do something together that you all care about, and you're more likely to succeed. So thank you so much for tuning in to either our YouTube video or our podcast to listen to this writing exercise. We hope you enjoyed our interview with Braden Wolf of Remarkable Rejects. If you listen to the full podcast and you're now at the writing exercise, or check it out on our YouTube channel or on Anchor. We have links to both of them through our website. To find out more about PFAU Academic Writing, you can check out our website at www.fau.ca, which will be in the link below, or follow us on social media at FAU_academic writing. If you need any extra support with your academic studies or writing skills, you can send us a message anytime. We look forward to helping you reach your full potential on the page and in life. And take good care, everyone. We'll see you soon.